Simon & Schuster Audio presents The World Within, written and read by Guy Stagg. One morning in May, I woke before dawn and stepped out into a flawless day. The air was bright and breezeless, the sky untroubled by a single cloud. I walked on pavements and roads, on the glossy lawns of a golf course and the ragged slopes of a heath. Then I joined a track turning south and walked straight into the sun. The path was pale chalk, soapy from recent rain. For an hour I followed its course through fields planted with wheat and rye. The trees by the track were thickening, their branches stippled with leaves, while blossom hung from the hawthorn like a late fall of snow. There were no cars to busy the roads, however, nor any planes to pierce the taut silence of the sky. There were no strangers dressed in hiking gear and striding slowly towards me. This was the first spring of the pandemic, when half the world was locked in their homes. Each night I watched the news, learning about hospital wards filled with patients and the elderly dying without family beside their beds. But here the crisis left little mark, except for the muted villages and the unpeopled paths, and the birdsong sounding like distant sirens. I walked until I came to a woodland clearing, with bluebells pooling among the undergrowth. There was something enchanted about this space, the flowers seeming to float from the floor, their purple petals like the trace of a spell. For a while I waited among the trees, not blinking, not breathing, but standing without moving, and listening to the birds that called from every branch. All the world was in retreat, and my own life felt suspended too. Yet I found a curious relief in those absent weeks, when my plans were paused and my future cast in doubt. Despite the crisis overwhelming the country, the jobs ended, the families separated, there was an unreal quality to each stalled day. A calm that resulted from knowing history had been put on hold. A serenity that came from needing only to survive. Purple poured across the woodland floor. Meadows spreading to the edges of the sky. Nothing to stir the leaves on the trees, and time made powerless in that sheltered space. For a moment I wanted only to remain in the clearing, as if this was where I belonged. But soon the chorus of birds was sounding again, the branches becoming crazed with song.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?